WGPR Detroit HD2.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
WVIE 107.3 FM Charlotte, Amalia, Virgin Islands.
The views and opinions expressed on the following show are not necessarily the views and opinions of WHPS, its affiliates, management, or sponsors.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpinda.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback,
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. Happy Monday to everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. My name is Theo Broughton, co-founder of Hood Research, and my co-host,
Thabiti, and we welcome you to the program.
I just want to say good morning. Good morning to Vera and to Rosa. Good morning to Ron and to Gladys. And there are just so many of you that we have been meeting lately in Katrina. You know, there are few times when there are events that are able to be organized for the park or the patio, and we have been attending some of those. And now it's beginning to get a little nippy outside. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. But we do pray that this COVID virus is soon under control, where we can have some semblance of a normal, or whatever we call a normal life, you know. Sometimes I wonder who you want to give shout-outs to.
Shout-outs to Cheryl D., brothers Fred and Shane, also Professor Griggs, got to give you a shout-out, brother, and also Brother Mark Cummings. And as I always ask everyone, have your family, friends, neighbors, acquaintances, co-workers to tune in, and have your pen and paper handy. I got the pen here and the paper sitting on the desk. So it's waiting for both of you. Have them, and then we'll give you the numbers to the show also, which is 868-0342, 868-0351, and 868-4336, all 313 area codes.
Mm-hmm. And you know, I want to say good morning to Rochelle, and get well to Tim, and also to let people know there are some things happening over the next couple of weeks, in addition to the election, and we definitely encourage you to exercise your right and your responsibility to vote. This coming Wednesday, there is a meeting at the TCF Center. Some of you know it as Cobo Hall still. From 1 until 3, there is a meeting by the committee that has been organized to review the districts, congressional districts. And the purpose is to move around some folks, and it seems to me that the main purpose is for voter suppression of the black community. And it's not just happening here in the city of Detroit, it's happening nationwide. But the meeting is this coming Wednesday, that's October the 20th, at the TCF Center, Cobo Hall. The meeting by the organized commissioners is from 1 until 3 p.m. However, at 5 p.m., same location, 5 until 8, you will have an opportunity to voice your objection to the maps. Those of you who have access to computers can go online and look at the maps that have been put together to divide the city of Detroit so that we will lose our representation, lose the kind of voters' ability that we have had in the past. This coming Wednesday again, October the 20th, the committee that's been put together to do what they call redistricting or reapportionment is going to take place. I just say Cobo Hall because people know it as Cobo Hall. And that meeting is from 1 until 3, where you have an opportunity to see the maps if you don't have access, or an opportunity to review them on computer. And you can hear whatever reasoning, I can imagine what that could be, why they would want to divide up the city of Detroit. Then from 5 p.m. until 8 p.m., you have an opportunity to let them know that you disagree with the slick trick that they are playing. Now, just to give you a brief hint of what the slick trick is, they want to divide up the city of Detroit just like you would a pie, and take one slice and add it to Taylor. Take another slice and maybe add it to Grosse Pointe. Not that they would want us. Another slice of the pie and add it to Livonia. Oh, wow, Livonia. Another slice to Redford, and so on. And the residents from those communities will reduce the number of members in this community. And I'm sure you've heard that Detroit is approximately 80% African American populated. So that's something for you to take into consideration. It is extremely important because we have representation in Washington, D.C. based on the population. And for those who may wonder, it takes approximately 700,000 people to make up one of those districts. And if nothing else, the city of Detroit could be its own district. So this coming Wednesday, this coming Saturday, there's going to be a debate. The debate was organized, and it's going to be hosted by the historic King Solomon Baptist Church. That's at 1600 14th Street. And as you all may know, the historic King Solomon Baptist Church was where Dr. Martin Luther King had an opportunity to speak. So,
and Malcolm X.
That's right,
Yeah.
and Malcolm X.
Ballots and the bullets.
So both of them did speak at that church. So that's this coming Saturday at 4 p.m. And the date is the 23rd of October. This coming Saturday, 4 p.m. Okay. Let's see, what other news? There's so much going on in this community at this time. It is unfortunate that the arrogance of the mayor comes out and says he doesn't have to debate anybody because he's ahead in the polls and he expects it to stay that way. So he doesn't care if he disrespects the voters and other residents in the city of Detroit.
You know, it's interesting also that I saw a sign that said, they attributed it to the mayor, but anyway, it said that I believe there were 4,100 jobs added to the city of Detroit by the mayor. And I'm thinking in a city that's 800,000 people, what is 4,100? What percentage is that? It's so low, it's negligible. So if he's trying to tout that as a reason to be reelected, then I think that's very shallow on his part or his campaign managers.
Yeah, true. Well, there's another issue. All of a sudden, now, Lewis College of Business has been closed since 2013. Okay, 2013. And all of a sudden, to bait the community, he has some of his friends who are going to pump money into Lewis College of Business. And we're supposed to be happy about that because now all of a sudden in the state of Michigan, we're going to have a HBCU college. Well, I wonder, are his friends going to be on the board? I wonder. You know, one of the challenges for Lewis College of Business and why it shut down was because the tuition per credit hour was prohibitive. $425 per credit hour was more than any other college or university, community college in the city of Detroit. Any
Wow,
other.
I had no idea. When I went to
Absolutely.
U of D, it wasn't that high.
Right.
And we're talking about, one of the top tier schools. So that's
Exactly.
interesting.
So to now all of a sudden jump up, he's been there 8 years. So while the mayor's been there 8 years, what was he doing that he didn't wonder if there was anything that could or should be done by Lewis College of Business?
But as we know, they come out at election time and try to make themselves appear taller than they are, and then you don't hear from them until 3 or 4 years from now.
For
So
the next election
Yes.
time, absolutely. But anyway, that's just a sad amount of information that people need to know about. And you know, because it's been closed so long, the practice that was taking place before was for the descendants, the children of the graduates who wanted to go to their parents' school, their grandparents' school, their aunts and uncles.
Right.
Well, I tend to think that that group have already gone through college or whatever, vocational training or whatever they intended to do. So I don't see it being that easy to get someone else to come there if the tuition is going to remain $425 a credit hour.
or an exclusive group of people who they can, as with housing and certain other things, they can price it where the average citizen can't get in there, but their, as you say, friends and exclusive relationships are able to get in. So we have to kind of watch that too.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, at one time over in that area, a retention center had been planned. They were going to buy up all around and put a retention center, that's what they call it, for the water. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, to help curb the flooding and the sewage backup. That's something else that has not been taken care of. And I spoke to a lady over in the Jefferson Chalmers area. You know, that's where the canals come up behind the homes.
Right.
And the canals were not the source of the flooding. They were not. It was the lack of the efficient, less than efficient new workers at the water department. And this particular lady that I spoke with had 3 feet of water in her basement. 3 feet of water in her basement. But she and many others throughout the city were offered a mop and a bucket. A mop for 3 feet of water in a basement. You'll be there for, 6 months trying to use a mop to get rid of 3 feet of water in the basement.
Well, that's definitely a sign of total disrespect and disregard, and I don't know how the compensation part may come about, but just to do that is disrespectful. You could go to the Dollar Tree and get your own bucket and mop if you just want to,
Yeah, and needed it in a hurry.
Right.
And you know, what would have been the responsible thing to do was to hire companies, commercial companies that could clean and sterilize, sanitize the basement. Because the longer it stays in, the more risk you have of mold growing. And as You know, mold will kill you. Mold is very serious.
And, you know, I look at the city council as well being complicit in this, because each city council person represents a district. I don't recall, to my knowledge, any city council person coming out to their constituents saying, look, this is what we're doing. If it is the news didn't cover it, and I'm sure the news would cover it if they had even made that effort. So the people don't matter, but we've always known that. The people don't matter, just corporations, profits, and friends.
Yes, yes. And that's unfortunate. I know we have a ballot to go over, but I want to say that there's early voting going on at this time as well. And the two places I like to mention, in addition to the Election Commission office, which is located on West Grand Boulevard, is diagonally across from the Fisher Building. And the Fisher Building is one of the largest, if not the largest, landmark in the city of Detroit. The election office is on West Grand Boulevard, diagonally across from the Fisher Building. And anyone can go to the election office and vote. You can get an absentee ballot. You don't have to have an excuse. You don't have to make up anything. Just tell them you want an absentee ballot. They have the area set up so that you can vote right then and there, right on the boulevard. But now, in addition to the election office, are two locations that I like. One is the west side of the city on Outer Drive and Southfield Freeway, which is Wayne County Community College. And I like that because they have ample parking. You don't have to drive around and around anywhere. Oh, where am I going to park? You don't have to worry about that. Just go to Wayne County Community College on the west side, Outer Drive and Southfield, and vote. On the east side of the city is Wayne County Community College on I-94 and Connor. I-94 and Connor is Wayne County Community College East Side Campus, ample parking. It is across from the city airport. You know, the city airport is now called the Coleman Young International Airport. But that's I-94 and Connor. City airport, you exit on Connor, you bear to the right, and Wayne County Community College is waiting for you with ample parking. And you can cast your ballot as it relates to early voting.
And myself, I go to the Northwest Campus. Again, it's convenient. Mm-hmm. And for those of you who may have a ballot that you've already filled out, you can. They have a drop box right at the entrance before you exit Outer Drive. It's right there at the entrance. And I happened to be over that way yesterday, as a matter of fact, and I saw a couple of cars come up and pull them in the drop boxes.
All right.
And we're going to speak more in detail about the ballot at 10 o'clock, which is a very brief ballot. So should be no reason why you wouldn't go to vote, but we'll go over the details of that. We're at the bottom of the hour now.
Okay. And I just want to share that the telephone number for the election office is 313-876-0190. Again, that's 876-0190. And we're now going to take a break. Get your coffee, your orange juice. Call someone. Tell them to tune in. And we will bring our guest in, and we'll be back momentarily.
You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
This is Theo Broden from Feedback. You can watch me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at WHPR TV Now app. Download our free app at WHPR TV Now.
Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
Everybody settle, Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2...
few seconds. There gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn. Ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallman.
Wally Woodland here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Just this is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
chew
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. All right. You know, I always say the beat it. That's my favorite commercial. I like to say, and take us along with you. You know, for those of you who have the fancy phones, you can go to the App Store and download WHPR-TV-NOW. That's WHPR-TV now. And that's how you can take us along with you. We have our guest with us now, and Thabiti, would you do the honors?
Yes, I'd like to introduce the author of this book. And I read it and liked it, and I'm a grown person, so liking a child's book is something of a stretch. But the author's name is Stacy Cartledge, and the name of the book is The Bubblegum Boys. Very, very nice book, I have to admit. So
thank you.
What we'd like to do, as we always ask our guests, is first we'll ask, who is Stacy Cartledge?
Well, I am a mother, first of all, and I am a children's book author. So yeah, mainly.
What gave you the inspiration to start writing books or children's books?
Well, I've always liked reading and writing as a child, so I would say that inspired me to write children's books. And I love rhyming and reading to my children, so I wanted to develop something that they would like reading. And also, I didn't believe that there were enough African-American children in books, so I wanted them to be able to see themselves, as well as diversity. So most of my books include characters of all ethnicities.
I got you. Now, what age group do you write for or prefer writing for?
I would say my favorite group to write for is maybe 5th grade and under because of their imaginations.
Okay.
Yeah, so this book, I would say the audience is right around there for fifth graders and under, and all book lovers, because as you said, you enjoyed the book. I enjoyed the book. I'm biased, but but yes, I think it's a pretty fun book.
Okay. Is this your first book?
No, this is my second book that I have published. The first book that I published was What's in the Green Grass, and this book has a younger audience, but again, I think it's enjoyable for all ages too.
What's in the green grass?
What's in the Green Grass? Yes.
What could that book be about? A praying mantis, for instance?
That's one of the insects that are not in the book, but
Oh,
yes,
okay.
it's about all the things that you would find in the green grass.
Well, I got to tell you, the only reason I said that was last Monday when we left this building, there was a praying mantis right at the end of the walkway. I'm like, well, hello there, you know. And they're about, what, 3 inches tall or so. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm like, oh, okay. So then I was told, well, they're good luck. I said, oh, okay. Well, Mr. Praying Mantis, keep praying for me. You know? Now tell us a little bit about the first book, and then I want to hear about the Bubblegum Boys.
Okay. So the first book, like I said, it talks about what you would find in the green grass. This book has water paint illustrations. It was illustrated by Jade Manchett. She was a lot of fun to work with. I'll read the back for you to give you an idea.
Okay.
Do you know what's in the green grass? There's plenty to explore. Look inside to find out more. Let's discover what can be found when we take a look around. Take a look. Let's search and discover what's in the green grass from cover to cover. So,
That's cute.
okay, so.
And
I'll
you
read
had
this page.
watercolor pictures throughout the book.
Yep, there's
right.
watercolors. So the first page states, there are tulips, roses, and daisies too. As for plants, let's name a few. Tomato, potato, egg, and bamboo. Wow, who knew that there were so many that grew? What's in the green grass? Do you know? It's where the insects crawl and linger. Here, let's count them on our fingers. So, all the books, I would like to say, they teach a lesson of some sort. This one literally helps the children to count. All of the books that I've written rhyme from cover to cover. I've written 7 in total. These 2 are published, so there's more to come.
That sounds good. You know, you were going to say?
No, the fact that she said that they rhyme, that's one of the things, because I write also. And rhyming and lyricism is always easier for a person to remember, because it has that the pattern or the intonation type of thing, whereas if you're just reading a book, there's no, I guess what they call rhythm or rhyme to it. So I found the rhyming part to be very compelling, in that, you can almost say it as if it were a song. You put a little music behind it, you got a song.
Thank you.
And our ethnic group has been said to learn easier, too, with the rhythm, that you're speaking of.
Yes, we're known to love music.
And create it. What I'm thinking about what's in the green grass, and this is just a side note, that the insects and the earthworms in particular give you a healthier grass as opposed to those trucks that come around and spray, and supposedly they're getting rid of the weeds and all of that. And so that's wonderful that you have come up. What's in the green grass? Okay, now let's talk about the Bubblegum Boys.
Okay, so the Bubblegum Boys, they are a group of friends.
Speak up
and,
louder than the microphone.
The Bubblegum Boys, they're a group of friends, and they spend their days chewing bubblegum and doing all things bubblegum. As you'll find, once you listen to the book, you'll find that they explore all different types of things, and then they come in contact with a villain, and the villain happens to be a girl. I wanted to make the villain a girl. I rarely see that, in books. So
True.
I thought that would be a lot of fun. And this book is illustrated by Colise J. She was tons of fun to work with. She got the illustrations exactly like I wanted them. It's kind of hard to have someone put down exactly what's in your mind, you know, exactly what you're thinking. But she was able to capture that exactly. It took us a couple of tries, but like I said, I was very happy with the way the illustrations came out. And I'll give you the back of this book, what this book says.
Okay.
The bubblegum boys are enjoying their day in a chewing, chomping bubblegum way until they're faced with the biggest problem they've ever seen. Will their day turn out sweet? Will it turn out sour? Will the bubblegum boys get devoured? Take a look inside and see. Don't forget your bubblegum as you take a read. So when the customers order this book from the website, I also send them bubblegum. So
Oh my goodness.
Bubblegum.
Oh.
So yeah, my children love this book, especially my 3-year-old. My 12-year-old, he took a fancy to it because, you know, he was there the whole way through with me creating it, and I would ask him his opinion on the characters and what he thought about the monster and this and that. So yeah, again, I think this is a fun book too, but like I said, I'm biased. So it's only one way to find out, you know, check it out for yourself and see. The books are available online, heartcandybooks.com.
And I say slow, slow, slow. On the computer, you go to where?
Heartcandybooks.com. That's HEART, candybooks.com. And I came up with that because I like candy. I always have. And so these are books that, you know, come from my heart. Like, I've been working on these for a while now. And so they're sweet reads from my heart to yours. So
That's nice. Sweet reads from my heart to yours. Now, this past weekend was what do they call it? Sweetest Day. Yeah. Sweetest Day.
Yes.
And did you do something sweet for your sons?
My sons and my fiance, he didn't let me forget that it was Sweetest Day either. So.
And see, that's a good thing because Valentine's Day is supposed to be for the ladies, and when Sweetest Day was created, it was to be for the men. And there are some ladies who want to have both days, so that's not bad. You know, he knew what to say.
That's true, but I figure if you play your cards right and you come up with the right date, then it's for you too. You know, you get to take part in it too. The women do. When they do for their man, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It's always ladies first, but what can I say?
Oh, wow. Go ahead.
Now, one of the things, and I'm not going to give away the book, but one of the things that you'll find interesting in it is that different bubblegum colors have different powers. And I'm only going to mention one of them because I happen to like that. And you correct me if I'm wrong, Stacy. I believe if you eat the pink bubblegum, because it's a bubblegum tree.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's a bubblegum tree. I'll just hold this up. I know you may not be able to see the bubblegums in the tree, but one of the pink color bubblegum, correct me if I'm wrong, is the one that you can fly with, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm glad I remember that. So if you eat pink bubblegum, it'll kind of just send you aloft like a cloud. Very, very interesting book because with the different colors of the bubble gum, you know, it kind of, as a matter of fact, I think they were able to use that to the disadvantage of the villain. And again, I won't give it away, but I'm just trying to whet your appetite for reading it. And I think it's excellent for children also because it is very well illustrated. On the cover, you see an African American, a Hispanic, an Asian, and Caucasian boy. So they're all palling together, which I think, particularly for young children now, it's important for them to be able to see diversity, as you mentioned, as opposed to books that we know are just centralized, because we live in a diverse world. Whether we live I guess friendly among each other is a different question, but it's a diverse world. But yeah, the bubblegum's colors have different powers. Made me wish to be a child again.
Oh.
And that was the idea. I'll read a bit from the page that he is referring to.
Okay.
So if you're able to see here. The white gumballs were mystery flavored. When they found one of these, it was definitely savored. The green one is quite odd, but they cannot deny. Each time they see it, they must give it a try. The purple gumballs could be rather tricky, but when picked just right, the sweet from this treat could last all night. But the boys are most careful when choosing from these balls, for the unripened purples are the most bitter of all. The pink gumballs made the boys gloat, for they're the only ones that allowed them to float. The orange gumballs were zestful with zing, and the texture of the gum was much like string.
Wow.
Now, you gave a website. Now, is there any other contact information, or basically heartcandybooks.com, I believe, right?
Heartcandybooks.com is where you can purchase the books and where you can find all the information regarding all things Heart Candy. We are on Facebook, Heart Candy Books, and Instagram. We're on there as well. Heart Candy Books is where you can find us. I'll also be at the Detroit Redford Library on November 13th from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. If you'd like to purchase a book there and get your book signed, then you're welcome to come do so.
Now, repeat that information again for people who may want to write it down. A little slower, though.
Sure. I'm sorry. At the Detroit Redford Library on Grand River on November 13th from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m.
November 13th. What day is November 13th?
That's a Saturday,
Okay.
November 13th. I
All
was sure
right.
to pick a day where people would be available,
Okay.
where the children would be out of school so they could
Okay.
come and
Okay.
get their
Now-
books signed.
Now, November 13th, Saturday, November 13th. The Redford Library is not in the city of the same name. The Redford Library is on Grand River near 6 Mile. As you know, Grand River runs at an angle.
Yes.
And it's also, I use landmarks. I'm not advertising for any particular thing or person, but the Meyer grocery store, right?
Yes, that's
on
correct.
Grand River. And the library is near that grocery store. Grand River near 6 Mile. Saturday, November 13th. And that's what, 3-4 weeks from now. That's not long. You can make a date for Saturday, November the 13th. You can call other friends or family members who would have some little ones who would like to come out with you as you are enjoying the reading of this book. Are you going to do two, both?
Yes, both books will be available for purchase. Both books are available online for purchase too. So yeah, check out the website, come to the library. And speaking of library and checking it out, the books are available at that library as well to check out. So if you're not able to purchase the books, they're available to be checked out at the library.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Yes, I wanted to make it available
it
for
is.
everyone.
Okay.
We used to go to the library as kids. My mom took us there, and I think it's a vital part of it should be a vital part of children's every day.
Absolutely. Can you tell us the cost of the books?
Yes, the Bubblegum Boys, the book retails at $9.99, and then What's in the Green Grass retails at $7.99.
Okay.
Very affordable. Go ahead, Theo.
I was going to say Christmas is coming. Birthdays are coming. These would be excellent gifts for birthdays or for Christmas. Go ahead.
And it encourages children to read also, which is part of what I was going to say. She stole some of my thunder, right? But the other part I was going to say also, and I appreciate you for doing this, Stacy, is having it at a library, because many of our people just don't get to the libraries, and there's just a wealth of information. If someone ever told me I was smart, which I wouldn't accept anyway, but I say, look at all the books in the library. I say, and this is just a small portion of all the knowledge that one can consume. So for us to be able to take advantage of that, there are people who don't have computers at home. So just to be in that environment, I think, you'll enjoy the reading of the books, but I would say also while you're there, explore all the other things the library has to offer, because it's a wonderful thing. Now I'm going to give the numbers out here so that if anyone wants to speak to the author, you can. 313 area code 868-0342, 868-0351, and 868-4336. And I think also one of the benefits as well, and as you all can see, the numbers are at the bottom of the screen. So if you did get your pen and paper handy, then you can make a note of that and put that in your contacts to call our show many times in the future. But one of the things I like about it also is that they always speak about literacy in Detroit. And it just baffles me why they say it's only 47% literacy, as if things haven't changed in the last 20 years. I know something's changed up or down. It just hasn't remained stagnant.
Right.
But this is a wonderful way for you to be able to get your children to read, because there's something about reading. It enriches you. And as Ms. Cartledge said, it allows your imagination to explore things, because now we have all this technology. You don't have to do any thinking at all. Everything is just right there. But when you can read something, your imagination has to become a part of that. And I think that's very well and worthwhile.
And the books are fun. And on Saturday, November the 13th, at the River Branch Library on Grand River near 6 Mile, that's the sneeze away from my grocery store. Not hard to find at all. And you have an opportunity to meet the author. And guess what? She'll autograph the book for you, too.
And that's from 2 to 5 p.m. Now, quick question. Sure. You have these 2 books, and I believe you say you have more that are written, but they haven't been published. Do you self-publish, or how does that?
Yes, I self-publish. Okay. Yes. So I find illustrators that I think have a good fit with the look that I'm going for. So if you're an illustrator, feel free to reach out to me as well.
Okay. Is there a number for them to call for that?
Yes, they can call 248-834-3838. That's 248-834-3838. Or you can go to the website and email me. The email address is there as well, but it's Cartledge@heartcandybooks.com. That's my last name, Cartledge@heartcandybooks.com. And again, all this information can be found on the website, heartcandybooks.com.
Now, I just want to sneak this in real quick, because my daughter has a relationship with Ms. Cartledge as well. The nonprofit, are you and her still doing the nonprofit?
Yes, absolutely. We have a nonprofit organization called the Pantry House. And Pantry is an acronym for Positive Achievements Needed to Restore the Youth. So that is for, it's for Metro Detroit, but most of our events are held in Detroit. We were kind of sad when the pandemic hit, because we were unable to do our back to school event that we usually do. But we do still practice what we were practicing. We give away school supplies. So if you're in need of school supplies, you can go to our website, thepantryhouse.org, and you can email us there, and we'll give you what you need for the school year.
Wow.
I had to bring that up because I helped out a couple of times. My granddaughter has been a part of it, as well as my daughter. And, anytime that you can reach out to our community, like Hood Research and some of the other organizations, when you can reach out and really benefit and help the community, I just think that's admirable. And because we all have to work together, nobody from the outside is coming in to help us, and we have to realize that. So I wanted to mention, so if you give them that name again.
Sure. It's called the Pantry House, and you can go to thepantryhouse.org. Pantry, Pantry, house.org. That website has where you can reach us by email.
That is wonderful.
Thank you.
Yes. Now we're coming close to the top of the hour when we have our break. So I just want to remind everyone that Miss Stacy Cartledge will be at the Redford Library. This will be November 13th from 2 to 5 p.m. The library is located opposite or across the street from the Meyer, and all of you know Myers because you're out there. We know it.
Yeah.
Right across from Meyer, so it won't be hard to miss. It'll give your children a chance to visit the library, which is something they may not have done in a while either, which is why I'm encouraging it. And it will help to build their vocabulary. In this world, you have to be able to speak and communicate effectively. And I think the rhyme scheme of the book also helps very much in developing that. And you never know what you're going to bring about when you expose your children to these things. So please take advantage of it.
Absolutely. And the little ones in my family are going to be encouraged to come as well
Awesome.
on Saturday, November the 13th.
Thank you so much. And thanks for having me. I really appreciate the
Oh,
opportunity.
you are surely welcome. I enjoyed that, and we haven't even gone through the whole book yet. It's one, what's in the grass? One of the most important things in the grass are earthworms.
Yes, that's good to know.
And a bubble gum tree, boy, I tell you. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. I really am. So, being close, boy, this time just goes so fast, just when you're having fun. Well, anyway, I want you all to make sure that you have that written down and you hold on to that paper, and you make a note on your calendar. If you don't use a calendar, get a sticky note and put it on the refrigerator so that you'll remember Saturday, November the 13th. And gather up some of the young ones in your family and in the neighborhood and the church. Oh, the church people. That would be a good place to let people know so that they too can have their young people join you on Saturday, November the 13th at the Redford Library on Grand River.
I think I might even show it myself. One of the reasons is I haven't been there since they remodeled, and I used to take my granddaughter there all the time, so I'm sure it's awesome now.
It is. It's really nice. It's really nice. And the branch manager, Sue, she's awesome.
Oh, wow. That's good to know. You know, her research has met at that branch library, and it's wonderful to know that some of the money that we pay with our taxes is being used to benefit us in the city of Detroit. It's a good thing.
So we want you all to stay tuned. We're going to take our top of the hour break. We want to thank again our author, Stacy Cartledge, and her book, which you can view at the Redford Library the 13th of November, The Bubblegum Boys. Great reading. Even adults will like this. Just take my word for it. They will. So we want you to stay tuned. Get your pen and paper handy. We're going to discuss the ballot when we return from our break.
You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
Hi, this is Thabiti Mpinda from the Feedback Program. You can watch me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on WHPR TV Now app. Download our free app at WHPR TV Now.
Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
Everybody settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Warner.
Wally Warner here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the...
Chew!
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
WGPR Detroit HD2.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
WVIE 107.3 FM Charlotte, Amalia, Virgin Islands.
The views and opinions expressed on the following show are not necessarily the views and opinions of WHPS, its affiliates, management, or sponsors.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. All right, and we are back, and thank you so much for staying tuned to Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. We have someone on the line. We want to hear from you.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please?
Am I the caller?
Yeah.
Yes, you are, caller Keith. Thank you for calling us.
Oh, good morning, Hood Research. Theo Kabidi.
Thank you.
Wow. I just, I didn't know it was me.
Huh? Did
Great,
you?
but, okay, let me take this off speaker. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Just find the right button, press.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, are we there?
Yes.
Yeah, you're here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, brother.
I'm trying to get my numbers right here. Now, we have a person that won't debate and talk about all the improvements and things that have gone on with the city in their term with the city, I guess you would call it.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a thing in the mail the other day, and it talked about all the achievements and working with Detroiters. And it has some numbers on about what he intends to spend and what has been spent and on the parks and all these things. But it doesn't add up to $600 million that the people lost.
Mm. Oh, you're talking about the property tax
Right.
over-assessment.
I'm talking about the people that lost their homes.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't get a job.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the people who lost their homes. They might be living in the parks.
Mm. Yeah.
I'm talking about he's bragging about some money that don't add up to the money that he cost the people.
Right.
And the other thing, too, I just happened to take a ride around Belle Isle the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad. What they've done to Belle Isle, taking away the trees and the grass and that and concrete and things, it's not Belle Isle anymore.
Oh, wow.
You know, and see, now they want to take and move the Grand Prix downtown. They're going to leave us with an island of concrete.
You know, it's interesting, brother. I was out there yesterday and I noticed the same thing. I just wanted to get out, you know, kind of call myself enjoying the island again. And I took note of the very same things that you mentioned. And it's unfortunate that the state thought they had a better idea of how to regulate and run Belle Isle than the city did. But, of course, the city abdicated their responsibility and just kind of gave it away like everything else. It's a sad state of affairs.
Right, we got a beach that doesn't even exist. I'm
the
used to
beach
seeing sand and sand and sand and sand. Now you see a little sand.
Well, I have a question and a concern. My concern, as it relates to the beach, is this. You remember when the nuclear spill took place in the Detroit River down near Fort Wayne? We don't know how long the nuclear waste was floating around the Detroit River. So my concern would be if this was just kind of swept out of the media, okay, if it were contaminating any area of Belle Isle near the beach, that's my concern. My question has to do with this concrete you're speaking of. Does the concrete look like a city street and a city sidewalk? You
It
know,
looks commercial.
commercial, well, of course, commercial concrete. But I often wonder if there is some sinister thought somewhere in the background where people are being told, oh, the island is for enjoyment and all of this. And yet there's an island off the coast of California in the Pacific Ocean. And that island has a military base. Belle Isle used to have a military base.
Right, Nike.
The size of the island is very close to the size of Belle Isle. That island has a police department. Belle Isle has harbor master. Now, that island, what it has that Belle Isle does not have, and this is where the sinister thought come in, is 26,000 people residing on the island with a mayor and other elected officials. So is there a thought that Belle Isle is going to turn into a private enclave, shall we say? You know, when the state took over the maintenance of the island, there was $6 million in the account for that island. But we were always told, oh, the island is just so unkept and all this. The island was clean. And for those who went out there to run could tell you when they got out there, that island had been cleaned. Oftentimes, the homeless people who are not taken care of in Detroit would dump the baskets out before the trash could be picked up by DPW, take the bottles that could be turned in for their return, and not put the debris back into the basket. So if someone drove out there, say around, 7, 8, 9 o'clock, they may say, oh, the island is not clean, whereas they did not know, what you say, the backstory. How about that?
Right.
Right, and there's the other story too, where you mentioned the $7 million. At the time when they took over the island, including that $7 million, there was a total of $50 million in unspent grants and monies associated with that island. They spent $17 million on the infrastructure. I'm talking about Mr. Penske. But that money came out of the $50 million. So in other words, it didn't cost them a dime. So now we got an island with concrete, and I think you were probably leading up to maybe dwelling on the island. Well, they got parking now.
Well, now I wonder how many of our streets downtown are going to be torn up, because there is being reported that the racing is going to return to the downtown streets as it was originally.
And if the streets are torn up, whose taxes are going to have to pay to get it repaired again?
Oh, Lord, guess who? Yeah, guess who?
Maybe they'll
Absolutely.
take out that $250 million that we just got scammed out in that last proposal.
Oh, yes. And the other $250,000 that went to somebody's girlfriend at Wayne State. So, anyway.
But it's interesting, though, to see we have a person in office who won't debate, and it kind of reminds me of that movie with Chris Rock, where the president didn't want to debate with him. He was what do you call it, an alderman running for president, and the non-African American president did not want to debate with a black alderman. And Chris just followed them all around the city, or the country rather. Kind of, I ain't gonna say terrorizing them, but he showed up at all his events and saying, "Yes, you will," and knowing that the president was gonna say, "No, I won't." He was already set up to say, "Yes, you will." So is our mayor saying, "No, I won't"?
Well, he doesn't care. It appears if he disrespects us. He's not interested in letting you know how he has overspent and allowed contractors to come up with formulas that suck out more money from the city of Detroit.
Another big problem is the enablers. We have too many within our community who don't care about the community but just padding their own pockets, who are enablers, who are touting that, you know, they're told, I guess what they say, tote that bill and that kind of thing. They're carrying his water, trying to make sure that he stays in so that they can still have their packets, their pockets padded again.
They love their government check. How about that one? And thinking about no one else, as you said, but themselves. But also what that does, Thabiti and Keith, it reduces the quality of life for the whole city.
Oh, yeah, the quality of life has definitely been reduced. And I'm really worried, especially about downtown. And we're talking about building a future here. I'm talking about in construction, and Thabiti knows because he's from construction like me. You know, the inspectors play a key role in the safety and the integrity of these structures and buildings that's going up. I don't think we have an educated staff down there in the building and safety department, planning and development, because if you go back and you look at what has been happening in the last, especially I'd say in the last 10 years, a lot of these projects, like we talk about the demolition projects and all of these were supposed to have been inspected and approved by an educated inspector before the contractor got paid. So how did the contractor get paid unless the inspector gave it to him?
Wow.
And you don't want to worry about the safety, because some of these buildings, if they're not being inspected properly in the future, could come back to haunt us when they're falling down or bursting in fire and flame.
Right.
And I can say, as you said, Keith, you and I shared our some of our employment time in the construction field. I do recall one contractor I worked for who was taking one of the inspectors out for lunch. We were working on the Millender Center downtown. He was taking the guy out for lunch so that way he could just curry favor to make sure, hey, why don't you just kind of overlook this or overlook that? We had certain little deadlines that we had to meet. I didn't care for the contractor at all. He tried to get me thrown out of the apprenticeship. I won't put none of it out because he's out of business now, so that just shows you how it goes. But yeah, he was, as you say, Keith, the inspector was susceptible to overlooking certain improprieties so that this contractor could keep the contract and, you know, make money on the side. He's taking them out to lunch. Now, one thing I want to say quickly, it's 1:15 now, and there's only a few things on the ballot. I want you to stay with us, Keith. But I want to first show to those who are viewing the ballot and see it's a very brief ballot. There's a few positions on the front, which are mayor, the clerk's office, the city council at large, the city council itself, police commissioner, and there are 3 proposals. One of the proposals is on the back, as I'm showing you now. So make sure that you don't forget about turning over. A lot of times we'll just fill out what we see and don't bother going any further. This ballot will take you less than 10 minutes. It will take you less than 10 minutes to fill out. And because we've had such a sparse showing of people at the polls, you can get in and out, and as Theo said, you can go to the election commission office on the boulevard opposite Kitty Corner, basically from the Fisher Fisher Building, or either one of the Wayne County Community campuses, the Northwest Campus on Outer Drive or the Eastern Campus on the on Connor across from the city airport. So we will go over the proposals, but as you know, Anthony Adams and Mike Duggan are running for mayor. And then for city clerk, you have Denzel McCampbell and Janice Winfrey. And then for your city council at large, I have to throw my glasses on real quick. We have Janae Ayers, Nicole Small, Mary Waters, and Coleman A. Young Jr. And then depending on your district, they will have two candidates. I happen to be in District 1. And for police commissioner, there's a blank space. So you should know who is running for police commissioner in your district, and then, fill in that name. So this will be the one write-in that you will do for your police commissioner. You can also do that for city council at large.
Right.
But there are 4 candidates that are, and for mayor and clerk, as a matter of fact. But those are already, but the candidates who appear on there will already be on your ballot.
Well, the one for the police commission in District 1 that has to be written in, Tamara L. Smith, I believe her last name is. Tamara L. Smith is campaigning for police commissioner. There are no names in that section, so you would have to write her name in or print her name in and fill in. You must fill in. Is it a circle or square?
Oval.
Circle. Oval. The oval next to her name in order for the vote to count for her. And at the beginning, you say, start with the proposal. There are 3 proposals. Would you read them?
Okay. The first proposal R, reparations task force. Should the Detroit City Council establish a reparations task force to make recommendations for housing and economic development that address historical discrimination against the black community in Detroit? And you can vote yes or no for that. That's proposal R, reparations task force.
Well, I would recommend that people vote yes and that they come out to vote. And it's an opportunity to have a committee set up. That's the beginning of what is needed for the black community. And I'll talk more about that when we finish. Go ahead.
Okay. Proposal E is for entheogenic plants. Shall the voters of the city of Detroit adopt an ordinance to the 2019 Detroit City Code that would decriminalize to the fullest extent permitted under Michigan law the personal possession and therapeutic use of entheogenic plants by adults, and make the personal possession and the therapeutic use of entheogenic plants by adults the city's lowest law enforcement priority? You vote yes or no for that.
Well, I recommend a yes for that because there are so many of our people in prison now for some things that are just totally unnecessary, such as there are 73,000 people in jail because of violations with vehicles. It's not about speeding or not speeding. It may be because you don't have insurance for your car. Well, a lot of reasons around here why people don't have, and I'm sure that you are familiar with redlining and how there are so many other ways that the people in Detroit are redlined. And with this, they're talking about mushrooms and having a lower sentencing level for people who have mushrooms. You know, it costs approximately $50,000 a year to detain a prisoner. And oftentimes, corporations have the best use of prisoners. They may say they have to be paid, so pay them 65 cents an hour. That sounds like slave labor once again. But I'm encouraging people to vote yes on that one as well, to just reduce some of this sentencing that is going on around here. Once a person gets out, if they are trying to become employed they end up having to find someone who will not hold that against them while they wait out 5 years before they can get an expungement on their records. And of course, you may know that the thing that cannot be expunged would be sexual violence, sexual predators, and murder, those kinds of crimes. The next one.
Okay. The last proposal, and again, this is on the back as I demonstrate, because we want to make sure that you don't miss anything. Proposal S, amendment to the city charter. Do you agree to amend a provision of the City of Detroit Charter to amend Section 12-101 of the Charter that restricts power from the voters to enact city ordinances for the appropriation of money? The amended section shall read, the voters of the city reserve the power to enact city ordinances called the initiative and the power to nullify ordinances enacted by the city called the referendum. However, these powers do not extend to the budget, and the referendum power does not extend to any emergency ordinance. The initiative and the referendum may be invoked by petition as provided in this chapter. Vote yes or no.
Well, I recommend that voters vote yes. Yes, because we're talking about tax dollars that come from us. Why should you not have an opportunity and a say-so in how the tax dollars that you have to provide get spent on things that we need here in our community for a better quality of life? What they're those who are opposed are saying, no, 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 no. You just go sit down over there. We can take care of your tax dollars that you give us. We can take care of the tax dollars that we stole from you by over assessing your properties. Don't worry about it. We can handle the money. Well, I think that the taxpayers should have an opportunity to have a say-so in the way our tax dollars are spent. And I'm not saying go wild or anything like that. And the proposal already says that this will not extend into the annual budget. The budget, by the way, starts July 1st. For anybody who did not know, the fiscal year for the city is July 1st to June 30th. And for those of you who may not know, the federal government president has sent almost $1 billion to the city of Detroit. And I really would not like to see that money go for fluffing stuff. Yes, we need nice parks, but we also need to have the NOF fund restored. It was turned into loans. And then, of course, when some people applied, even for the loans, they were told they couldn't qualify. Yet the roof was falling in. Yet the front porch steps needed to be replaced. Yes, the house needed to be weatherized.
Now you
have a
mentioned
choice.
NOF, Theo, for our viewers. NOF stands for
Neighborhood Opportunity Fund. NOF. In Neighborhood Opportunity F Fund. And that is something that was provided every year, and particularly for seniors and the disabled who needed assistance. We have people in this community who care. They want their property to be in good shape. They want their homes to be weatherized. And it was something that had been taking place for quite a number of years. And all of a sudden, we pop up a loan. Wait a minute. Why do I have to get a loan to borrow my own tax dollars that were in this fund for the assistance to those in this community who need assistance? So it caused less stress to have that available to them. You talk about loans, now you're adding more stress. Stress will kill you. Stress will kill you, just like mold will kill you.
There were fewer demolitions, too.
Oh, okay.
We can't
Right,
tie them all in.
right, Keith. Okay, Keith, we got a new phone system here, and there's another caller on the line, and we're going to go to that caller, but you can always call back with no problem, okay?
Okay, I'm surprised I was able to hang on this long. I mean,
Oh,
you guys are real busy
oh,
down there.
hang up, Negro.
Okay, y'all take care. Love, peace out.
All right, stay tuned.
Thanks, brother. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please?
Hello, my name is Tawana Morris.
Thank you for calling, Tawana Morris.
Yes, I
Share with
am.
us.
I'm watching you on television.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, on the
15.2, the TVs with rabbit ears, or Comcast 90?
I'm actually watching you on the internet.
All right.
Yeah, I've been enjoying your session and the young girl's book.
Mm-hmm.
But the North Grant, I've been working with the communities for a long time.
Yes.
And up under this new administration, we don't have any voice as retirees and seniors and people of the community. This paying back the zero interest loan, the money should be given to the people.
Right.
Especially through these hard times.
Mm-hmm.
This
Especially during these hard times. You're right.
I have called City Council District 7 manager about this new grant monies that we're supposed to receive.
Yes.
And from October the 1st to October the 10th, 4,000 people have already registered. I still have not been able to get in contact with anybody, even from the mayor's office,
to register
about getting in on my name on the list.
Wow. Huh.
So I'm going to contact the ombudsman now.
Okay.
And Channel 4.
Okay.
Help me hang.
That's good. The ombudsman's number is 224-6000. That's 313-224-6000. That's the ombudsman for you and those tuned in who may need to call the ombudsman's office. He advocates for the residents in the city and helps to bring solutions. Now, you say you're going to call Channel 4. The telephone number for Channel 4 is 313-222-0444.
Okay,
that's the number for Channel 4. 313-222-0444. Mm-hmm. So
very good.
Maybe what is it? The troubleshooter. Maybe he can stick a pin on them and make them hop to it and do their job. It's not a volunteer job.
Right.
The mayor gets paid, council gets paid, and they pay their appointees and those who are civil service workers for the city. They get paid to do a job. Part of the job is to assist you in being on that list, finding out how it works, what is under that particular contract from the federal government.
One of the things I'm thinking, I'm glad you said that, Theo, about that's their job. It's not just something we have them in. Consider this, those of you who hire a plumber, a mechanic, or whatever, that's his job to take care of what you're paying him for. And the same thing applies for the city. We're paying the city council. We're paying the mayor. We're paying all of them to provide a service for us.
Right.
So we have to, just like you would lean on the plumber or the carpenter or whoever was serving you, you have to lean on the government in the same way. It can't be something, they're going to do what they're going to do, because you wouldn't accept that if it were your home or anything that you possess. And matter of fact, if somebody did a faulty job on something you own, you would be quick to find some sort of legal recourse or whatever was necessary to get them to get it right. right. The same thing applies for these politicians. Their job is to serve you. Your job is not to serve them.
Right. And they get so many perks. We, as residents and voters here, are red line as it relates to the automobile or any kind of vehicle insurance. They receive city provided vehicles. For those vehicles, they get insurance where we're redlined. For those vehicles, they get gasoline and repairs, tires, anything needs to be done with that vehicle. They receive that free. That's a perk of the job. The mayor receives it. His appointees receive it. The city council members receive that. Can you think of the dollar amount that we are paying for those perks? They get insurance. Our insurance is shaky sometimes.
Yes.
But they receive insurance. So think about that as a perk. A perk, another name for perk is a benefit. I just want to be clear. These are benefits that the elected officials are receiving. Perhaps that's why they're not concerned about the redlining, because they don't have to worry about redlining. We have for the mayor's race, there are two people who are campaigning. If you are not satisfied with the mayor, the other candidate is Anthony Adams. You have a choice. Now, if you were not satisfied with the choices, what were you doing to make sure that we had your own choice? Right now, we got two choices. That's the mayor and Anthony Adams, who is campaigning for mayor. As relates to the city council races, we have a 9-member council. But the city is divided up like a pie into 7 pieces. They're called districts, and each of those districts has a council member elected to represent them. Since we only have 7 districts and 9 council members, the other 2 positions, okay, are council members that get elected to represent you all over the city, no matter where you are. And for the life of me, I could never understand why anybody would want a district and they could only contact 3 council members. Before we had districts, we could contact all 9. Maybe they were allergic to the number 9. You know? But so now we have to choose 2 council members that will respond to everyone in the city, and then the district area just to 1 apiece. We have any other comment or question, because we have another caller on the line. Tawana.
I will hang up and listen, but I would like to remind everybody about the redistricting. Alicia Bell sent out a message, and tomorrow from 3 to 5, they're going to be at the TCF and talking about the redistricting.
Oh, Alicia Bell is?
Alicia Bell. She sent a message out
well,
to
I know.
everybody.
Oh, okay. The committee is going to be at the TCF Center, known as Cobo Hall, on Wednesday. That is October the 20th, from 1 until 3 p.m. And then from 5 until 8 p.m., the residents have an opportunity to voice their concerns, their opinions, their suggestions, solutions, etc. Because otherwise, the city of Detroit may be carved up once again like a pie, and each slice would be added to Taylor, Livonia, Redford, some other cities, which is going to be, what do we call, voter suppression once again? And we have too much voter suppression. But I'm glad that you brought that up. And thank you so much for calling. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how are you viewing us, please? Hello, caller. You're on the air. Don't listen to your television. Listen to the phone. Okay. Now, one thing I want to follow up on what you said, Theo, is these elected officials. One thing I want you to know about them is don't be intimidated because they have a title. A lot of times people are afraid to approach someone because they're in a prominent position. They're in a position of power, but still we give them the power. But you cannot be afraid to say, well, you know, that's somebody up there. They got an office, they got a staff. And a lot of times we defer or just surrender what our power is because we feel a little intimidated. You know, maybe they got a college degree or educated, whatever they may have, they're still people. They still have to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner like we do, bathe, and all the other things. So don't let yourself be intimidated by a position of power as if you can't talk to them. Matter of fact, they should be more ready to listen to you. They should be appealing to find out what it is you want, what it is you need, because of you, they are there. And I say because of you because I'm hoping that you are voters, and which means that you have even more of a reason to confront them, call them. You know, they have phone numbers, they have staff. Get in their face, and I guess as John Lewis used to say, what was that?
Good trouble.
Get into good trouble.
Get into good trouble.
Never be intimidated by them. We wouldn't be here at Hood Research, and you have welfare rights. You have so many organizations who are not afraid to bring it to them because they're not coming to you unless it's election time. We already know that. So you got to bring it to them. Once they get in, you got to stay on them. I have spoke with a couple of council members, and I didn't want them to feel uncomfortable too much because I'm a sort of a large guy. But at the same time, I say, look, we expected more of you. I say, you're too silent. It's like you're in church. You're in a library. We don't need you to be there if you're going to be silent. So don't be afraid of titles at all. You know, make them do their job as your employer would make you do your job.
All right. I got to say, amen. Nobody is better than you. And your vote is your power. Your vote is your power. And you got to know that you have a vote like everyone else. And don't fall for this trick. Oh yeah, we would support somebody if we had some quality people to vote for. Listen, the primary picked quality people for you to vote for. That's what you have. Those who are on the ballot. There are 4 names for you to pick the citywide for the citywide, which would be 2 persons out of the citywide city council election. And for all of the others, they either have no competition or they have a couple people, you know, on the ballot. And that's what you have to learn about. Okay. We have early voting going on now. Election day is November the 2nd. November the 2nd. You have until 8 p.m. And if you are in the line by 8 p.m., they still have to provide an opportunity for you to cast your ballot. And it's your choice for your candidates. So remember that.
Avoid the crowd. Vote now. And I hope there is a crowd, but vote now.
Yes. All right. As I say, it's not necessary for you to know everything. What is necessary is for you to know how to find what you need when you need it. What is necessary is for you to know how to find what you need when you need it. We at Hood Research seek out as much information as we can to share with you and for you to share to help us all make better informed decisions. The BD.
And as I always say at the end of the show, if you want to be nothing, do nothing. But the only problem with doing nothing is you never know when you're finished.
Tune in again on Saturday for an afternoon with Hood Research. For those of you who have pen and paper, the number is 1-978-990-5000. The access code is 338 888-729. Press the pound key and join the conversation. And then tune in again next Monday, 9 a.m., when we will be here for you. Peace.
Peace.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.